How's it going, everyone? Phoebus Byron here, the Leisure Geek channel, and this video is you can say, reaction thoughts after watching the Star Wars Clone Wars theatrical release. And obviously, because I am trying to watch the Clone Wars series in chronological order, this theatrical release is after, you can say, the second episode. So I can say this is episode 2.1, 2.5, somewhere in between. But let me just give a rundown of my thoughts after watching this movie, you can say, or a long episode. And I do apologize, such as like my other videos where I tried to show clips, because this movie was almost 2 hours long, and I really don't have the setup to, you can say, record my reactions. This is just kind of a overall thought and review of that movie. So to start off with regards to the movie, I did like the start as far as some of the chatter between the clones, it seems, or boots on the ground, you can say, of what was happening. There was, again, just really quick communications between, it seems like, the clone troopers as they're in battle, and that actually kind of struck me. I didn't expect that, and you can say I felt a little bit like I can feel the intensity of what's about to happen, what's going to happen after the intro of well, you can say the splash screen, or you can say the logo showing up with regards to Star Wars: The Clone Wars. So leading up to that, hearing some of that chatter, I thought was pretty cool, and I thought it was a nice way to get the movie started. And obviously, after the Clone Wars title block or title shows up, we get into a battle, and I'm not familiar with the place where it was happening, but it is a continuation of what happened in the previous episode. And I don't remember. I believe it's season 1, episode 16, where they are continuing this battle. With the first, it seemed like 30, 45 minutes, pretty fast paced, because it's a major battle scene, obviously, between the Republic, the Separatists, Obi-Wan and Anakin, and obviously the droid army. So I really enjoyed that part. Part of me also, during those scenes, some of them were actually pretty cool. Wondered if at some point, or it would have been cool if they did actually do a live action version of some of these battles, to bring back again some of the CGI maybe, and improve upon things that happened in episode 1, 2, and 3. So I thought it'd be pretty cool. I enjoyed it. But at the same time, it did kind of stretch out after about like 35 minutes, and the 40th minute of seeing these battles. It did kind of seem long to me, and not that I checked out, but I was just kind of just waiting for things to move along. Which, in between this, actually it's 2 battles, we do have the introduction of Ahsoka. So this is the movie or the episode where Ahsoka is introduced into the Clone Wars and into the Star Wars universe. Not the season 1, episode 1, as it's said in the Disney Plus Clone Wars catalog. That actually, it's season 1, episode 2. That is not her introduction. Is actually in the theatrical release. So my fault on that. Again, if you do watch those other videos, I got it wrong. So hopefully I get it right in the future here. We get the introduction of Ahsoka. Her and Anakin, they have their banter, it seems like, obviously, like almost brother and sister like. She talks about how she wants to be called a Padawan, not a youngling. And one of the questions I do have is, when does that transition happen? When is a youngling now a Padawan? Is it as soon as they are training under a Jedi Master, or is there, you can say, not a ritual, but uh, a designation of when, yeah, you are now a Padawan, you are not a youngling. So just kind of curious. Maybe it's very simple. It's as soon as one youngling is now under the tutelage of a Jedi, that they are now a Padawan. But hey, maybe there's something that I don't know, which isn't a lot with regards to the Star Wars universe, and I'm trying to learn. But another thing, when the movie is going along in the battle scenes, it's kind of funny, the time where Ahsoka and Anakin are actually getting through the droid army under a metal tin can. So it's like a, not a tin can, but it's like a metal. It's almost like a boat-like shape, but them hiding underneath and crawling through and getting through the droid army. Funny in a way, nice to get a little bit of that character development and some of that, the, you can say, the dialogue between Ahsoka and Anakin, but at the same time, it's almost like with all the technology that they have with regards to the Separatists and also the Republic scanners, how or are they not able to detect these two moving through? I thought it was a little funny, but hey, it's part of the storyline, and it didn't really, you can say, take me out of the movie. Another thing too is obviously with the battle. Let me look through my notes here. At the going towards the closer to the end of the movie, you also have the lightsaber fight between Obi-Wan and Ventress, and I believe, now that I'm trying to recall it, yes, Anakin was also part of that. But with Obi-Wan and Ventress, I'm still, I hopefully get an answer later down in other episodes, but what's going on with their relationship, because Obi-Wan calls her darling, and it seems like that triggers Ventress for some reason, and I'm kind of curious what their history is. At some point, was there a relationship between the two of them? I don't know. But again, it just seems a little odd that he calls her certain names during their battle scenes or their fight scenes. And again, I'm curious to see how that plays out during the Clone Wars season. Also, as far as the plot of the movie, well, spoilers if you haven't seen it, but I did kind of like the, you can say, the plot of Jabba the Hutt, his son being kidnapped, Jabba the Hutt's uncle Zero, and obviously the Separatist Count Dooku and Ventress basically trying to, in a sense, get Jabba the Hutt to go against the Jedi Order. You can say the time and how it was led to eventually showing how Zero was being controlled by Count Dooku. I thought it was pretty interesting. It was a kind of a twist that I wasn't expecting. My thought obviously was, well, not obviously, but my thought was, it does seem like, and the Separatists are trying to, get the Jedi Order not only in trouble, but not for them to not have a, you can say, a good name in the galaxy. So trying to set up the Jedi against Jabba the Hutt, but to also have the uncle, Jabba the Hutt's uncle Zero, to be part of that plot. An interesting way to, you can say, create the dynamic between the Separatists, Jabba the Hutt, the Hutts, and the Republic and the Jedi. So I thought that was pretty cool. Not the, you can say, didn't really excite me about it, but I thought, okay, not a bad way to show that relationship also with the Hutts and the Jedi. Obviously, there's going to be more down the line, but yeah, we'll see how that all turns out as well. Another thing about the, you can say, the theatrical release or this movie. There were times during the movie that a little not shocked me, but didn't really throw me off. I just kind of found it a little off. Was some of the music, the score. There were some scenes that were, it seemed like a little bit of rock and roll music, and I just didn't, you could say, feel that that soundtrack for that time during the and those scenes. So again, didn't throw me off, but hey, it didn't really work. There were other parts of the movie that worked as far as the soundtrack goes, but some of those scenes, especially where Anakin and Ahsoka and the clone troopers are climbing this large rock to get to the top. I apologize, don't remember the place, but the score during that part just didn't feel right to me. But again, didn't take me away from the whole movie or the episode, you can say. Overall, I thought it was a good episode for myself, obviously, because I'm trying to understand all these characters, a little bit of background. It worked for me. But there's also questions about these characters that I hope get answered down the line, because obviously they can't answer all those questions during this time period, but hopefully I do get those answers in the next episodes, such as what constitutes as a youngling to a Padawan. Again, maybe that's a simple answer. I'm not sure, or maybe it hasn't been answered. But if you do have an answer, please comment down below. Also, the relationship between Obi-Wan and Ventress. Curious to see how that ended up the way it is, or how that turned out to be to their current situation. And also, I'd like to continue to see this this relationship of Ahsoka as a Padawan to Anakin, and obviously we understand how things turn out, but I haven't seen it, but I'd like to see how that grows and then eventually turns in another way later down the end. So I'm excited, but again, getting caught up. Oh, and also another thing, Rex, the clone trooper, which I mentioned in the previous video, he's in the blue. I do have an understanding of how he ends up in the universe, where basically he's still, spoiler alert, alive all the way up to Return of the Jedi. I'm excited to see his character development through the Clone Wars and other clones as well. So yeah, I do know things, but again, I don't know the details, and which is why I'm going through this, you can say, chronological order of watching the Clone Wars. So I know that was a little bit of a rant, or not rant, but a little long-winded explanation. Not really structured there, but yeah, enjoyed it. A little bit of information, more things to know about with regards to Star Wars, the Clone Wars, and these characters. Ahsoka. Learn more about Anakin in between episodes 2 and 3, and yeah, Ventress, and more characters to come in this series. So that's it. Really quick. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, please hit comment down below. Subscribe to this channel. Support my channel, and I'll continue with the chronological order of Star Wars: The Clone Wars react videos coming soon. So thank you for watching. Phoebus Byron here, the Leisure Geek channel. I do appreciate it, and thanks, and we'll catch you in the next react video. Bye.